Hey, what's up everyone? So it's been a long road for me with this guitar. So finally today I'm doing the last video, and yeah, today I'm gonna be reviewing this piece of shit, the Epiphone SG Special Satin E1, I think it's called. But the thing is that, long story short, if you're looking to buy this guitar, don't do it. I can't recommend this guitar, because if you saw my last video, you know why. But resuming everything, the thing is that the bridge was in the wrong position. It had to be a few millimeters back. So the thing is that you can intonate the guitar, and that was a pain in the ass because the guitar couldn't be in tone. And you know, it was a mess figuring things out, and then going to the store and ask for the warranty, and then had a discussion with their technician, and he said that everything was fine, and clearly it wasn't fine, but it was keep arguing with their super tech. And at the end of the day, if the tech said that everything was fine, of course the store was going to, you know, clean their hands. So my luthier told me, you know, we just have to move the bridge a few millimeters back, and that's it. You know what, I'm not gonna charge you much. For him it's an easy job. For me it's I don't know to do it. So I cannot recommend this guitar, because for me it was a pain in the ass to be dealing with everything. Right now the guitar is playable, I can intonate the guitar, everything's fine. The guitar plays great, to be honest, but I don't know if it's just my guitar or all these models have that issue. So if you're looking to buy one of these, I would go to a store and then try to set up the guitar and see if you can intonate the guitar. I remember that on my unboxing video, someone commented that this guy couldn't get to intonate the guitar, but I don't know if all these guitars have this problem. I don't know, but I cannot recommend it. I saw other videos that never mentioned this issue, so that's why maybe I got a bad one, or there was a bad batch. I don't know. So the thing is that the guitar now, it's really cool, to be honest. It plays great, but that's after making all the mess that I told you. I'm gonna put some pictures here that my luthier sent me when he was working with the guitar. So clearly here you can see that he moved the bridge a few millimeters back. It doesn't seem like a super crazy job, but I think it's a very precise work, because the bridge has a little angle. It's not completely straight here, so that made things a little bit more complicated. But my luthier is a great guy. He's a super pro. I've seen him repair things that I couldn't believe that can be repaired. So for him was something easy. But for someone that buys a guitar, I don't think that you should be dealing with this kind of stuff. And that goes with my experience with cheap guitars. With this one and the Jackson, both guitars had their issues that instead of you focus on practicing, if you're a beginner, you will at some point have to deal with these issues, and you're gonna waste a lot of time because sometimes you don't know what to do. For example, with the Jackson, I didn't know what was all that hum and noise coming from, and then I figured out by myself that the paint was the problem. And then I was like, okay, but what do? Do I scratch the paint? Do I buy a new hardware? So of course I made my research, and I find out that active pickups don't have that problem. Active pickups have their own ground, so they don't need the guitar's ground, so they're pretty much noiseless. They are not noiseless, but there's very few noise coming out. So as this guitar goes, right now it's great. Of course I'm gonna keep it. Like I said, it plays well, but there was so many issues with this guitar. The fretwork was awful, the stock tuners were awful. I changed them. That's when I realized that this thing cannot be intonated. These are some hip shot tuners. They're pretty cool. they're pretty cool. I really like them. The guitar stays in tune super well now. You can intonate it, but I don't think it's an amount of work that you should put on a guitar, to be quite honest. Because let's say that you are a beginner, but you're serious about guitar. My first guitar, it's a Strat Type Dean Avalanche. Very old guitar, very simple, but it's a killer guitar. I still have it because the guitar plays well. Everything's well with that guitar. I've recorded a lot of stuff with that guitar. Music of mine and other people that have asked me to record guitar parts for their projects and everything. It's a great guitar. So I think even if it's a cheap guitar, it should last until you are like an intermediate or even an advanced player, like my Dean. That guitar was like $100 back in the day, $150. I think it was like $100. And when time passed, there was a point that I thought, okay, I'm gonna sell it to buy another guitar. But I thought about it and I was like, this guitar is great. I don't know, like compared to other expensive guitars that I have, like the Schecters, the KM7s, the Jackson Kelly, that guitar is pretty solid. And yeah, I think that should be a beginner's guitar, not this kind of guitars that you waste a lot of time doing everything but playing. So yeah, that's my review. Don't buy it. I cannot recommend it. I will look for other options. I don't know. I can't even compare the Jackson Rhoads with this one because the Jackson Rhoads was almost perfect. It was just the hum thing that you can solve with a noise gate or changing to active pickups. As you know, or as you might not know, I have bought all the equipment that I have reviewed on the channel with my own money. So no one is sending me these guitars. I'm not selling anything. And when you are using your own money, you get pissed off, to be quite honest. So I waste my money on this guitar and I was like, what do? I cannot sell a guitar that had this fucking problem. I'm not a human like that, you know. I can't do that. I can't go and say to someone, hey, do you want this guitar? I just don't like it. And you cannot intonate the guitar. That's a shitty move. But like I said, credit where credit is due. The guitar right now, it's super good. But don't buy it. And if you want to buy an SG, I would go for a more expensive model. Maybe they won't have this kind of issues, but I don't know. You guys, if you see this video, if you have a like experience with expensive models, you know, mid-range or high-range models, if they are better than this one, I would love to hear you in the comments. So thank you for watching, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It's free and you help me a ton, and see you on the next video, guys.